13th at Blythe Bridge on the outskirts of Stoke. The village of Blythe Bridge is noted for the Foxfield Light Railway, with its lovingly restored steam engines and rolling stock. Immediately next to the railway is a 20-acre smallholding called Heath House Farm. It's owned by Gordon Plant, who breaks and trains pedigree horses. He's helped by his son Rod, an expert horseman and show jumper. For both father and son, Friday, May the 13th started normally. At about 7:30, Rod checked his horses and then left for Stoke Market, where he runs a stall selling cheese. Soon after that, Gordon locked up the house, leaving his Jack Russell puppy, Rambo, and Alsatian Fritz in charge.
Rod.
He then set off to join Rod at the cheese stall, confident that the farm was being well looked after. About an hour later, and 15 miles away in Burton-on-Trent, coal merchant Stanley Inslee was also following his normal morning routine and setting off to start his rounds. This would have been around 9 o'clock. Later that day, probably around 2:30, someone was outside the house at the French windows. A garage window was forced as well. Stan Inslee's Datsun Bluebird was reversed out to the house. It seems the plan was to drive off with the safe in Stan Inslee's own car, but at 3 o'clock he returned. They didn't get the safe, but they did get more than £1,000 worth of gold jewellery. A neighbour remembers seeing 3 men walking fast down the road. At least one of them was wearing a suit. Within the hour, back at Blythe Bridge, a local resident driving near Heath House Farm had to swerve to avoid a man in a dark suit.
Bloody dog. Right, let's go around the front.
At about 4:30, Rod Plant was on his way home with his young cousin, Simon, who was coming to help with the stock. Once again, the target seemed to be the safe.
Yeah.
As they approached the yard, Rod and Simon noticed a horse had got loose.
Where's your old man?
He's out.
When will he be back?
6, 7 o'clock. My Uncle Rod's round the back if you want him.
Right then, let's go and have a word.
Good lad, come on, let's get you back to the stable. Come on. Come on. What's going on?
Let go of that horse.
What do you mean?
I said let go of that
What's
horse.
going on?
I want you back in the van. Listen to me, or I'll blow your legs off.
What?
Go on, move! You, bring the nipper. Get in the van. Right, where are the keys to the safe?
I don't know.
I said, where are the keys to the safe?
Honestly, I don't know.
If you don't tell me, I'll have to use this.
Honestly, I don't know. As far as I know, my dad's got him.
We just have to smash it. With what? Have you got a sledgehammer?
Yes.
Where?
Just through that door. Ready?
It was a good half an hour before the men managed to break the safe. They then removed at least £50,000 worth of gold, jewellery and cash. Rod and Simon were left locked in the van.
They're a bit playful, aren't they?
Sometime around 5 o'clock, just down the road from Heath House Farm, the lady who'd earlier swerved to avoid a man in a suit saw him again.
Oh, look, there's that chap I nearly ran over earlier on.
This time she saw he was with 2 other men and carrying a case.
Strange, he was up there, now he's down here as well. Don't know.
As she watched, they got into an orange-coloured car, which police believe may have been a larder.